Madden World, what it be like? It's your boy Fo. Xbox 720 is the game attack on the PS4, and yo, this is that double, triple Madden OGs, and we are back with day number 5, bro. I'm hitting you across the fucking head with another offensive scheme today. And look, I gotta give a shout out to my partner Hit. He hit me up on the jack earlier today. He said, bro, you know I rock with the Chargers, bro. Can you look in their playbook and see if you can find some heat? So I do owe this to him. If I did not go into this playbook, probably never would have ever looked at the formation. And the reason why I went to this particular formation, because I myself felt like I probably wasn't going to be running the Chargers playbook. So I wanted to find a formation that's going to be universal. So the good thing about the tip that I'm going to give you right now is you could probably find this play in a lot of different playbooks. So it's going to be really easy for you to keep in your back pocket for something you can use. I wouldn't recommend this as a base, but this is going to be something that you definitely can use in the right situation, catch your opponent off guard, and definitely use. So bunch weak is going to be the formation. I went to this formation because in 15, a lot of things translated well into 16. So I hadn't even looked at it thus far in 17. So I wanted to make sure that, hey, maybe some of the concepts may work. And then, B, it's a really common formation, you know what I mean? So I can find it in a lot of other playbooks. I clicked on it, and I went in, and I instantly saw deep corner. And the first thing I saw was that post route. My eyes lit up. I was like, bro, I'm sure I probably can do something with this. So as you see from the title of this video, that I eventually figured out what I could do with it. Now, we also see to the right, we see that high-low action. And if you know me, any of the videos that I put out, and if this is your first time stopping by, definitely go check out some of my other vids. But I like to make things simple for you because I like to make things simple for myself. Anything that I put out, I'm most likely using. Just played a game last night, 49-20 we was playing, but I used a lot of these tips. I was really only running things that I had posted on the channel just to see how effective it was, and I just really wasn't getting stopped by my opponent. But like I said, this was a nice high-low read action that we saw on the right side of the field too, so I felt like I could get action to the left and the right. So we want to go ahead and put this on the field. I'm going to put it on the field against a cover 4 as always. Y'all know how I do it. I go with cover 4, then I start to work my way backwards. That way we can say that we understand how the shells work. We just want to know how shells work in passing because, I mean, if you're looking at particular blitzes and all of that stuff, it can get really, really deep in terms of what you're trying to cover and go against. So you want to know how it works against a 3 deep type of shell, 2 high, that kind of deal. So when we look at the formation here and then we look at the play deep corner, we got Dez on that post route. And the good thing is we ran this same type of a post route in that single back trio video that I put out yesterday, well, the schemes that I put out yesterday. So I thought that this was going to be even better because we were able to get a wide receiver with this post route now instead of a tight end. So now we could get somebody with speed, we could get somebody with spec catching, we could get somebody with route running, good release. So he'd be great against man and the zones, right? And what I noticed is he's gonna be able to get open, right? Against cover, that was cover 4. We're gonna go ahead and audible to a cover 3. And I don't really need to go through all of this. I think you guys already kind of know how it works because I show. If you didn't see my scheme I put out yesterday, just go look at that. I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about the same stuff over and over again. So I don't need to keep going through that. I'm sure they should have people that's already on the channel like, bro, you went over this already. So definitely go look at the other things. If you play man-to-man on it, he's still going to be able to beat you, blah, blah, blah. All right. Now, what we want to see is what I titled the video, right? Cover 4 bomb glitch, right? We want to see that work and see it be in action. So let me show you. I do not have to make any adjustment. That's another thing that I like about this play. I don't need to adjust the cover 4 bomb glitch, right? I actually only need the post route and the in route. That's all I need to get behind cover 4. That's all we need. So you could put R1 on a drag, you could put X on anything you wanted, and you would still be able to get this action. So let's go ahead and show you. And check that out. And first of all, we saw him be wide open, but Romo just can't throw. So for all you Dallas fans, Romo can throw. Romo just can't stay healthy. So that's his problem. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get back to the game. As you can see, like, here's the problem with cover four. And trust me, this is tested. This part is tested. We're going to go over more with the scheme, like in part 2 and part 3. But with this particular cover 4 bomb glitch, I call quarters cover 4, and it seemed to work better with quarters. 2, 3, 6, 3, 4, just a whole bunch of different cover 4s, every formation. And what I found was cover 4 shell, it just worked against. You could audible the inside coverage underneath, over the top. It just worked the same. And you're gonna see even in the video, I'm gonna try to give the player some cushion, like back up. And they're still going to be giving this up. So this just works if you get the time. So don't abuse this. Just keep this in your back pocket that you know. If you see somebody playing in such a way where you can get this off, run it. Why not? Score the touchdown. Now, what we see about that, now what would happen in the past in Madden is that in route. Now watch the left outside deep blue. The left outside deep blue goes with the in route. But what would happen last year is that cornerback, and keep in mind that's Eric Weddle. Every time I call, like, pick a defense, I try to make sure I put the good players, the best possible players back there to make sure that this works against good players. I don't like to put scrubs out there because you never know if you play against a good player. So Eric Weddle has great play rec. I wanted to make sure somebody with great play recognition would be back there, so I put Eric Weddle back there. And what would happen last year is he would dip on that in route that Terrence Williams is on. If you see that this year, what they programmed the game to do is for him to automatically say, nope, not gonna do it. I'm gonna run straight up the field and play this deep route. But the problem is most of you, just like I thought it was covered. But it's not. What he is doing is running straight up the field when I am running at an angle. So what I need to do is time it. Right about when he takes maybe a step, maybe right there, I need to start thinking about, like, trying to throw it. As you can see, I went into the motion about right here when they meet each other. When I do that, he's going to get right by him because he's going to try to turn around, but he's not going to be able to get to him. Now, I did not complete the pass, so it does matter your deep ball accuracy. I was doing this with Roethlisberger like every time, and you'll notice I'll run this a few more times, and you'll see where I get it with Romo a whole lot as well. And it's going to work like that, where he's just going to be able to beat the player. So we'll do it again. You saw me. I'm good. Looks like I'm... And we're just getting bad throws, but as you can see, he is wide open. But you need the precision pass to the left. Man, he is throwing this ball terrible all of a sudden, especially when you start recording shit. Yo, if anybody records videos, this is the type of shit that happens to you. I'm surprised the line hadn't destroyed my ass yet, and I got killed back there, which is why he threw it out of bounds. So that is going to happen, and I'm just trying to show you guys by doing it. Oh, I'm keeping it 100, bro. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm not editing this shit, like editing only the things that work and all of that, all of the success times I had it pop and all that. You take it in practice mode. You use it, see what works for you. So as you can see, though, my timing, I had to keep getting my timing on it. But as you can see, he's going to play it the same way every single time. He's going to run straight up. I'm running at an angle. I need to throw it out in front of the player. Boom. Cover 4 bomb glitch. It's going to happen every single time, every cover 4. We want to go ahead and try to give him a little cushion real quick. I got 5 minutes left in the video, so I want to try to make sure I can and try to talk about some of the other things real quick. Let's try to give him a little cushion real quick. See if we can get him out there. I threw it early that time. Let's try it again. And if we can't get it, I can't spend too much time fucking with it. Just know I can do it. Right. So even it's dangerous if you do it that way because you gotta have like the right timing. But as you can see, man, I gave it cushion and he's still gonna give it up. So that's the problem. If you can get your timing right on this, what you really need to like throw it, because all he's doing now is he's just backpedaling. He's not prepared. So if you throw it right, then he'll get behind him. I really actually could have waited like just a half a second longer, and then he would have got past him, and then I could have threw it. But as you can see, even if you give him cushion though, the cornerback on the left outside light blue, he's not playing. So that's the thing, he's not going to play it. So all you need to do is understand that what's happening with the inside guy, that Eric Weddle, he's not really trying to run and guard the player that's slanting up the field properly. He's not playing him right early on in the play, so you can precision pass and get this. So that's your cover 4 bomb glitch, and that was with a cushion right there. So now we just want to go ahead and talk about the rest of the play real quick with 3 minutes left. Some of the things that you can do with this play, you could motion Dez in, snap the ball right here. It's going to make him even more open over the middle of the field. And the reason is because what you're going to get, and this is not always going to happen, so just keep that in mind. If they're not blitzing you and it's just regular, the hook zone is going to dip down and you're going to be able to throw that pass. That's not something I'd rely on too much. Another thing that I would look at is a couple of things that happen. If you just snap the ball, you can throw the ball here and cut up the field and get yards. That's in a cover 4. If we do it in a cover 3, you're going to get the same action. It's just going to happen like that every single time, where you can throw it up the field and get it. Another thing that we want to look at with that, let's go ahead base align so they don't try to run into each other. You just still see you're going to get the action, right? It just works that way. But something else that you can do, and I want to quickly go through this. I only got like 2 minutes left. You could motion Dez out. You want that dip that he had right there, and then boom, you want to throw this. And if it's somebody faster than Beasley, because Beasley's slow, bro. If I put in like Bryce Butler, I might be able to house that. And let me just go ahead and show it to you instead of continuously running it. What's going to happen if you motion him, then for some reason, this is the action you're going to get. And that's what I love about that. That kind of like outpost that Beasley's on is the fact that it's such a long, deep developing route that the high-low read is much easier for you. And as you can see, like the post is going to pull in the far right outside deep blue. He pulls him inside. So if you hit him right, he can just turn up the field and burn by all of those guys. In which I have done that in practice mode where it's worked that way. So you want to make sure that you're looking at that. But I mean, that's it in a nutshell. We can go to that. I didn't really spend any time on cover 2 or anything. I could do that in the next video if y'all want me to. Because I still need to piece the scheme together for you. There's still more plays to be had on the field. So I could go over cover 2. But I just changed it to cover 3 here. And that's us talking about Dez right there. Boom. Let's change it to a cover 2 real quick as we wind down in 1 minute. And then you can just get that action right there. I mean, it's really that simple. Because, of course, you know what he's playing, right? He's playing, you know, you'll see if he's playing cloud flats or not. If you need quick yards, that's what I hate about this game, man. It's really easy to, with the zones, if you put them in certain types of reads, like everything is definitive. And as you can see, Beasley was wide open when I ran, you know, the hard flats. So that's just going to be how the game works. And if you're looking for that action, then I would suggest you probably put like Terrence Williams on a drag or something, have something backside popping for you so that it'll work in your favor. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're going to move on to part 2. But this was the first play in our San Diego Chargers bunch week scheme. So like, comment, subscribe, comment if I left something out. And as always, respect the OGs. Peace.